Good afternoon, my dear students. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about the grammatical structure of the English language. So, I'm senior teacher Alaidarova S. So, let's start our lesson with grammatical structure. Word classes and their function. Word classes are traditional colored parts of speech. They can be divided into open classes and closed classes. Open classes are open to new words. Closed classes are limited classes that rarely accept new words. For example, new nouns are created almost every day. Bling is a noun in the expensive, ostentatious clothing and jewelry. Romance, a close but non-sexual relationship between two men. Relax, calm down and relax. The first one, crank. Crank adjective, very excited or full of energy. Dox, exclamation, used to comment on a foolish or stupid action, especially one's own. Then, drool-worthy, adjective, extremely attractive or desirable. Frankenfoot, noun, is a genetically modified foot. Young woman, girl, regarded as independent and strong, aggressive, especially in her attitude to men. Eyeliner, it's a noun, eyeliner that is worn by men. Hater, a person who greatly dislike. Open classes, noun, Paul, paper, speech and play. Adjective will be young, cheerful, dark and round. Members talk, become, like and play. Adverbs carefully, firmly and confidentially. Closed classes are pronoun, determiner, auxiliary, conjunction and prepositions. Pronouns she, somebody, one, who and that. Determiner a, that, each and some. Auxiliary verb can, may, will, have, be, do. Conjunction and, that, in order that, if so. Prepositions of, at, to, in spite of. Minor classes, numerals and interjections. Some words don't fit anywhere, negative not and the infinity marker too. Word classes and the word uses. Problems with word class identification. Multiple membership. Consider the class membership of the words play and that. Play is a verb, I like your play. Play is a verb, is noun in. They play hard. That is a determiner in, that man is lazy. That is a pronoun, I like that. That is a conjunction, I don't believe that he's only 17. Form and the context. We can identify the class of form some words by their form. Very often, however, we can tell the class of word only from its use in a context. Function, it does in a particular context. Homonyms, words sharing the same form but not related in meaning at all. For example, peer, person belonging to the same group, age and steps. Peer, look searchingly. Words, homophones, and the words sharing the same sound and the pronunciation. For example, we, to have a particle, with, and the way, methods, manner, and the direction, etc. So, homographs, words sharing the same spelling but differing in pronunciation. For example, row, a line of things or people next to each other. Row, a short, angry argument, especially between two people who know each other well. What about the nouns? Noun categories, common nouns and the proper nouns. Countable nouns, uncountable nouns. Concrete nouns and abstract nouns. Common nouns are nouns which are not names of people or places. For example, paper, class and house, woman, man, woman, etc. So proper nouns are names of people or places. For example, Tanzania, Kenya, Dar es Salaam, John, and Nigeria, for example. Count and vs non-count nouns. Countable nouns. So countable nouns are entities that can be counted. Non-count. Countable nouns cannot be counted because the individual. So countable nouns have both a singular form and a plural form, and they can be accompanied by determinants that refer to distinguish in number. For example, a student, two students, one student, many students, every student, and all students. Non-countable nouns can be accompanied by determinants that don't refer to the distinctions in number. For example, some information, much information. What about the verbs? Verbs, verb forms, present form, past form, and the 8 participle form. Present form, first person, example, I like it, singular and the plural form. Second person, for example, you like it, singular and the plural form. Third person, for example, she likes it, singular form, they like it, plural form. Past form, verb base plus ed, ed participle form, have, be, verb base, ed participle. Regular verbs have one form for past form and the ed participle form. For example, cook. Past form will be cooked. For example, I cooked some beans. In participle form, cooked. I have cooked some beans. Regular verbs constant. The beans were cooked. The beans have been cooked. The beans are cooked. They have cooked the beans. She has cooked the beans. And she had cooked the beans. Irregular verbs with the same form for past and the ed participle. Burn, burned, burned. For example, I burned it. I have burned it. Have, had. For example, she had money. She has had money, and I have had money. Spoil, spoiled, spoiled. For example, she spoiled it. She has spoiled it. I had spoiled it. Irregular verbs with different past and ed participle forms. Speak, spoke, spoken. For example, I spoke to him. I have spoken to him. She had spoken to him. Saw, thought, sown. Drink, drank, drank. See, saw, seen. Cut, cut, cut. She has the same form for present, past, and ed participle. Auxiliary verbs. She came before the main verb in the verb phrase. They consist of two main subclasses, primary auxiliaries, modal auxiliaries. Primary auxiliaries be, have, and do. Be will be am, is, are, was, and were. Have, had. So, modal auxiliaries will be can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, and might. So, the subfields of grammar, phonetics, phonology, morphology, syntax, and semantics. In traditional terms, morphology and the syntax. Syntax will be Greek the Greek word and the synonyms together plus a sign. In the range, Latin syntaxis. Morphology, Greek and the morph, form, structure, and the logos word. Branch of linguistics that studies word structure. The study of how words are formed out of smaller units called morphemes. Study of morphemes and the way they are joined together to make words. Different relations, morphs in different contexts. For example, the verb morpheme, do, does, don't. Such alternating morphs of a morpheme. Allophobes, variants of single morpheme. Plurals, as, that, as, is. Morphemes free, lexical, will be functional, and bone, derivational. So, classification of word class, parts of speech pool, content, notional, and words. Open classes can form new words, function words, closed classes. A lot of English belong to more than one word class. So we have talked about nouns. We have talked about the nouns, yeah, countable nouns, plural nouns, uncountable nouns, grammatical, common gender. So grammatical category of case, the common case, uninflected form, the possessive genitive case, inflected by S is a girl's, for example, a girl's book, my mother-in-law's pen, Peter and Paul Squirrel, the girl's school, but children's toys, Dickens' novel. So then gender determiners, words used in front of common nouns. Center determines mutual existence, for example, articles, possessive, demonstrative, assertive, non-assertive, negative, universal, dual, and WH determiners. Predeterminers precede the required CD in N phrase, quantifying, fractional, intensifying, multiplying. Postdeterminers follow the required CD in a phrase, cardinal numerals, ordinal numerals, many, much, and its relatives, the forms of other, the phrasal quantifiers. The independent article a and n from numeral n, 1 meaning 1, denoting time, measure, weight, numerals, people or thing in general, as the representatives of the class every. So, the third article shows that nouns are used in general sense with the genus of units of measure, some illnesses in activities, sport plus games. So use of articles, no articles and articles. I like spring, it happened in spring of 1968. So what about the pronouns? Point of objects, qualities, without naming them. Personal pronouns will be possessive pronouns. Personal pronouns refer to the person speaking, spoken about. Possessive refer to parts of body and the personal belongings. Demonstrative pronouns express the number construct. Point at what is near or farther in time and space. Reflexive compound interrogatives which, what, who, that, each other, one another, two or more persons, the common case, the genitive case, all, each, and every, and both, all persons, things, each, two or more than two persons, things, and separately, yes, every, more than two persons, some, any, no, nobody, none, the other, neither, the others, many, few, much, little, many, much, few, little, several, enough, and one. So, according to morphological characteristics, gradable, non-gradable. According to the meaning, qualitative and relative. Morphological composition of adjectives: primary, simple, secondary, derivative, converted, and compound. So, adverbs express some circumstance that attend an action, state, or point out some characteristic features of an action or a quality. According to this structure will be simple, derivative, compound, and the composite. So gradability of adverbs: gradable and the synthetic or analytical, irregular forms of comparison. So thank you very much for your attention. Write down also tasks and so the time. Goodbye.